taking the time to finish quickly on the break. So panelists, thank you very much. There's a lot to say. I know each person has a lot to say, so I will ask the panelists. I am not going to say too much. When you come to the mic, let us know who you are. Tell us a little bit about your position and your work with dementia or Alzheimer's patients. Identify your greatest challenge and how it was overcome. So that's what we'll hear. And then Ms. Breton, Ms. Breton, who is the president of the Barbados Association, will lead off, start to summarize the challenges that everybody has presented, and lead the session, the question and answer session. Thank you very much. I will go in the order, so asking Dr. Khaja first.
Pleasant good morning to all the lovely and lively faces. Thank God. And I thank the Alzheimer's Association, my godmother, Norma Innes, and the present president too. I am Dr. Khaja Rajeev. I'm a psychiatrist. I'm in Trinidad for the last 15 years. And I'm with the NWRHA, based at St. Anne's Hospital, which people lovingly call the Cuckoo House or whatever it is. But I'm also the recent member of the Medical Board of Trinidad and Tobago, and at your humble service. My experience in Trinidad has been purely as a psychiatrist. And as we all know that we have not yet started evaluating Alzheimer's in lifestyle disorder clinics. It's still lingering on. In India, it continued, and it's still with this psychiatrist. So given the opportunity, I get to see the clients who have cognitive impairments as first contact or as reviews, brought in as referrals, or as through the attorneys for evaluation to meet the needs of whatever the family wants. Is it property disputes or property issues or whatever it is, or placement or other things. And the other experience what I have is with, through the Alzheimer's Association, which have given me the privilege to enter the premises of private homes, a few homes, to evaluate particular clients, to see the need of chemical intervention or going beyond cold-hearted pull-pushing to care. So my experience would be just not one client, but my critical comments, I said critical is keeping in mind yesterday's beautiful wordings by wonderful people in the right places, who talked about legislation and wanting the, the data. Well, I'm so happy that the red and ready are help, but we have to make sure that the gray are growing gracefully. Okay, and we have to make sure that before the red and ready forget, we have to make sure that these particular clients need time. My focus would be mostly to tell in that limited time right now is everybody knows about Alzheimer's and all, but there is something else. Most of the clients who come to me, they come back again later on after the follow-up when I direct them and refer them for management. Most of them come as referrals from the health center. Listen to it, I'm increasing my voice because it disturbs my heart. I'm a little bit passionate. They come through the right people with no investigations done. Is the regional health authorities, if anybody is sitting down here, no problem, you can catch me by the medical board. Okay, or I'm going to catch you up personally when you come for your annual subscription. Now, I'm not a Hitler, but it's time to say Hail Hitler now. We have talked the talk, it's time to walk. Okay? And Trinidad, we say God is a Trinity, we have to be godly now. We have to move it, please. People should not see us gray and growing gray before we lose it. Okay? So basically, they are treatable or reversible dementias. Let us not forget that. Not all dementias are Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's are post-mortem diagnosis, as Sir Alzheimer said. So we're not going to take a piece of your brain and going to test it under a microscope. We're going to ask for this and that. Purse string people will not loosen the purse string because of the particular the financial issues right now. As people said, we want PET scans, positron emission tomographies. Hello, we have MRI scans and there's no technician. When the technician is available, no MRI scans there. So we'll not talk what they cannot afford. Okay? We want them to be happy, but we want them to be present at every occasion. But we want this much to say that they are treatable. So for that, we need an evaluation. So for that, we, as I promised the home there, let them touch base with the Alzheimer's Association, which is a recognized NGO body, and we are going to get numbers. I was only one X-Men now. We are going to have more X-Men, and I see my good friend Mr. Andrews there, okay? And we see good people coming in. We're going to rope in doctors. We're going to come in there, only to go to various places, designated places, not on our own, but by the Alzheimer's Association, to evaluate people, to make sure that not everybody is Alzheimer's. Because most of them, once we say Alzheimer's, we have nothing else in plan for them, except for caregiving, godly hands that are doing it. But remember, the caregivers are burning the candle at both the ends. So you have to understand that the expense is also more. So we'll do it later on. We'll give the stats right and tell that to the Ministry of Health that whether the pension can increase or not. I'm not going to promise anything right now. But this much to say that don't forget that even if it is Alzheimer's, in your mindset, treat them as reversible. So there is hope that you can expect something that keeps you moving. Because once you say nothing can good come out of it, you are already burnt your whole candle down and the wick is out. So what can you do is that think of them as, when I say reversible, is don't change the diagnosis, but the attitude of don't spare yourself of the news. News, you want to know something about the world, you read the newspaper. Simple thing. I'm talking to elite people, but I deal with school children too. So I'm talking to my students right now. And for nutrition, make sure that the nutrition of the client, because they're not in a position to ask you what they want. Or they're like second childhood, Mana, I don't want the pineapple, I don't want this, I don't want that. Make sure that you nourish them well. 3 meals a day, not the quantity, but the quality. Okay? Exercise for them. Hello, Trinidad. Yesterday, I saw all the Trinidadians and anybody else, except for the Jamaicans, not moving at all. I saw the whole Jamaican group. The music was there after the minister left, and they were moving and dancing. We forgot to move it, move it. So please, move it, move it, move it, move it. So the clients need to move it and walk the extra mile. No, I'm sorry if those who are moving it, let's move the extra mile with a smile, please. So nutrition, exercise, and please, what's the next alphabet? If you're not Alzheimer's, you should come up with it. W, water intake. We are living in a tropical country. Even the Canadians drink more water than we. Tilted physiology causes pathology. And we have seen in the progress of treating cases in this country mostly, which is more hot than the other countries which I worked in, is that these people don't ask for water. Simple thing like water. Please pay a water bill, but give them extra water if you have nothing to give them. Food is not yet cooked, nothing else. Even if they're quiet and calm, please give them the water, because the water nourishes the body and gets the physiology straight. Takes all the molecules, your oxygen, everything straight. So please make sure that. And S is for self-respect. The respect begins not from the giver, but from the person who's there. And I want only 2 for these people. And these people, I'm going to go be there, and somebody is going to talk and take care of me tomorrow. Let me not forget that. And I wanted to tell that to the Minister of Health too, because he was more shiny. Before, if he's in term by God's grace, let him not forget his promises, because the problem with Alzheimer's or any dementia is not remote memory lost, recent memory forgotten, immediate recall forgotten. So if he promised it yesterday, we are going to knock on his door tomorrow. Okay? And I'm not intimidated because I told him so. Okay? And he loves it. And he's a pharmacist. Okay? So he understands, he knows what he wants from us. So basically, this is just to say that self-respect. And we want only two from our clients: respect and dignity. And all the institutions, I talked to the accreditation the other day, and it doesn't, I talk in an accent and I told them it's English, but you have to understand English. Institutions prepare mannequins. You give them mud, they prepare mannequins. Okay? UV, other institutions. And Alzheimer's has been trying to do that, and they did a good job of me. I came as mud, okay? I missed the boat and took the flight, sir. But they created a passion in me. And in the medical board, we give them the registration number. That means we put an attire. Still, it's a mannequin. But to make the consumer get what they want, you have to breathe in life. That's the Ministry of Health and the regional health authorities. And if these people are delinquently and quietly sitting down as fixed salary syndrome and happy with what they do, hello, there are two things that I can't do, and I think we need to do for them. I can't pat myself and kick my butt. So we need to do that. We need to do that. We need to do that and tell the people in the Caribbean, don't take us for granted. We are the pearl of the Eastern Caribbean. But at the same time, as I said, I'm from St. Anne's. I'm not promoting St. Anne's. So don't send your Alzheimer's to St. Anne's for evaluation. We are at your doorstep, called Community Health Centers, POPC, and I have my elite professor, ma'am. My respects to you, ma'am. So I forgot, I didn't see you. I were mellowed down. Okay. Okay. So this is just to say that please promote people to take help at the psychiatric outpatient clinic or the lifestyle disorder clinics, and demand that investigation should be done with a referral letter. For the time being, psychiatrists, yes, we are not so cold-hearted, and we will do simple, as busy as we are in our clinics, which you can also do at homes, bedside. Ma'am, I was so much motivated by you. Okay? And basically, you talked about mommy, right? Good. If you don't know, you're so busy with MMSC and you don't know what is mini mental status examination, other things, just ask them 3 objects and take your time, 2 minutes, my time is finished by the bit, and call them back, the same objects within 3 minutes time, and see if they have answered, and show them the grandfather's clock and tell them to draw the clock and the right numbers at the right places. And tell them 10 past 10 or 11 past 10 or 10 past 11 or whatever it is, and they have to draw the 10. It's called the clock drawing test. WHO has said this is called mini cog, to know if they are dementia or not. You don't need to worry about other tests. Anybody who has passed the primary school can ask these simple things. And please reach out to the grandchildren, because the grandchildren make grandparents, right? And they're more available than the parents. As you said, you're busy making both ends meet. So the grandchildren, we need to focus on these children to know what is going wrong in the grannies and bring them to light. So with this, I say, God is still a Trinity.